Hi everyone, it's Tiffany from Tiffany Colors. In today's video, I am going to be showing you all of my completed pages for February of 2024. I want to thank you all for coming by and watching my videos. I really appreciate each and every one of you, and I'm so happy you're here. I don't have a whole lot to show you this month. I did play around on my iPad quite a bit, drawing and coloring on that. So I also brought that here, so I'll show you that at the end of the video. And then I also have my dot grid bullet journal that I've been drawing in too. So we'll look at some of those drawings. As well as some whips. I've got a couple of whips. So why don't we get started with that? I'll show you what I've been working on that's not finished yet. And then I'll show you all the other completed pages. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, so the first two books I want to show you are both works in progress that I have in there. And this is a new book to me. I picked this up at my local Sam's Club. It's called Color and Reveal Animals. It is a color by number book. And it's a little bit different. I'll show, if you don't want to see the, what do they call it? The completed pages in the back, the color key, then don't watch right now. But this is what they look like when they're all done. And I'm working on the tiger right now. And so this is how he's coming out. I'm using my Teo Tree alcohol markers and then my color colored pencils to kind of shade. But they give you what colors you're going to need for each picture, which is kind of cool. But they also have this flap in the back that has all the colors that you need as well. So yeah, it's kind of cool. The paper's really nice. It is single-sided, and it's like good, almost cardstock like paper, but the the coloring pages are so intricate. Like, I'm thinking about scanning this and coloring it on my iPad because it was kind of hard to keep the alcohol marker in line with all the little swirly bits. Like, I feel like it was bleeding over the black lines. So yeah, kind of a cool book. They have a lot of these pages in the front that tells you how many colors you're going to need, where you to find the solution. So you can go and just, if you want to do like the Timeless Traveler, you pick that page and then you find your colors, and you just have to use those colors for that book, which is kind of good, I guess. But yeah, and it shows you how to do it, how to use this book and color key. There is quite a bit of colors here, and it said you should only need like a box of 32 colored pencils. Well, I don't know if all these colors would be in just a simple box of 32, but maybe. You really have to look for your colors. So yeah, I'm working on that one. Don't know when that will be finished, but I wanted to show you guys the book, basically. That it is a new book out there. It's also got perforated edges so that you can rip it out if you want to, or keep it in the book. All right, the other whip I've got going on is out of Mermaids, Fairies, and Other Girls of Whimsy. And it's this dragon page, which I think I showed in my last video when I went through all my Hannah Lynn books. I really like how the dragons come out. I don't like the other colors that I've chosen. They're dark. I'm sure I can brighten them up with colored pencils. And then I don't know what to do for her outfit, so I'm kind of at a standstill. But you never know. I may finish it next month, and we will see. Okay, now let's start with the completed pages. So first, I probably should show you this Witches Around book. I actually have a completed page from last month that I completely forgot to show you guys in January. So I just put it in the pile of books to show you in February. And I did these two lovely friends sitting in their comfy chairs, having either tea or hot cocoa. And this is me, Tiffany, and my best friend Holly, because she's got blonde hair. And we love to talk about witchy things, which is kind of fun. I did use some Jelly Roll Metallic a little bit on the books, but mostly the whole thing is based in alcohol marker, which I think could have been a combination of both Teo Tree and Ohuhu. And then I believe all the shading's done with my color colored pencils. And then as you can see, there's some shiny gel pen there. A few bits and pieces of, oh, and then white gel pen for the accents. But yeah, it's kind of a busy page. I tried to keep it as cohesive as I could. I tried to keep the chairs matching, but in the same colors, but yet hers is the more olive green base, where hers is more of a teal green base, but yet they are the same colors in both chairs. And I matched the quilt behind her with the quilt cozy on the tea kettle. But yeah, it was fun. I had a lot of fun coloring this one. Hopefully I can do another one. I feel like doing some spring coloring pages, and I'm sure if I flip through here, I will find one that kind of reminds me of spring, like this one. They're barefoot. Look, all the flowers. That one I could do for spring. That one to me is more of a summer coloring page. This one looks like spring with all the spring leaves, flowers coming out in the trees. May have to do that one for spring. But yeah, I'm sure I can find one for spring. This one gave me the winter cozy vibes. So that was out of Witches Around by this person here, which I cannot pronounce. All these books that I have, I've gotten off of Amazon, so you can definitely find them on Amazon. All right, so I finished a book. This is Color by Colors, Tender Mandalas by Kira Shershniva. And I finally completed this. I think I only had a few more pages to go. So, I started this one on the very last day, or finished this one on the very last day of January. So I don't know if I showed you this one in last month's completed pages, but then I continued on to get them finished at the beginning of February. And I used some gel pen for some highlights. Yeah, these books are so much fun. These color by number books or color by color books. You won't see the numbers, and I love how it gives like a little bit of a outline around. And this paper was so fun to work in. So yeah, that was the last page on February 7th that I completed. Yep, love all these mandalas. So I finally finished this book. I don't know if I'll do a complete flip through of this book or not. We will see. Okay, next up is Out of Small Victories by Joanna Basford. And I did, oh yeah, so each month I'm doing one little coloring area. So February, this was in January, I did the moth with the night sky. December, I was playing around when I first got the book for Christmas. I was playing around with some colored pencils to see what felt good on this book. And then in February, I decided to do the frog, and I really like this color scheme that I chose for the frog. So yeah, next month will be these mushrooms, which I'm not a huge fan of mushrooms or coloring mushrooms, but March, I could do them in like leprechaun colors. So it'll be March, April, and May, and I feel like that kind of vibes for those months goes along with it. And maybe as the next months go on, I can go on to the trucks. We will see. I also have to do this one, which I want to find a really nice color scheme for that, because that's the very first page. So I'll have to figure out something for that one. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this little Small Victories book. And then I completed a page out of Mini Mania by Gabby Wolf. And I got a lot of likes on this on Instagram. And I think it's because this has become a very popular book. Well, her whole Mini Mania series, Gabby Wolf's Mini Mania series, is very popular. Now I want, of course, number 1 and number 3. And I'm sure she'll come out with more. But the little critters are just so cute. And I love all the little details that she has in here. So this is like my tester page. So I'm trying to figure out what works well on this paper. And I was actually pleasantly surprised. Like this one I used the Ohuhu brush markers and then Stedler Tri Plus fine liners. And then this one is just plain Teo Tree. Because I wanted to see if it really would bleed. And it doesn't really bleed on this paper, which is shocking to me. Because it feels like it's the type of paper that would soak up alcohol markers. Didn't seem to do. I mean, I was able to do a base color and then outline, and I think it actually did pretty good. So I completed this page, and this page I think came out so cute. So I used my Ohuhu brush markers, I think I have some Teo Tree markers are in there. Or maybe it's just my Ohuhu brush pastels, because I've been using my pastel colored alcohol markers the most lately, basing everything with a pastel color, and then I can easily build up color with colored pencils. I used my Stedler fine liners to outline. That was fun. Some people probably wouldn't want to do that, but I decided to choose a page in the back where it's the lighter gray line work, so that I could go over it with my Tri Plus fine liners. And it was a lot of fun because I like drawing those types of things. I drew all the little lines in the leaves and outlined everything and shaded it in with some, I think, colored pencils. I like how I kind of make the bees look like they have a glow around them. And I really love the colors of the flowers. I decided to do the whole thing, all the flowers the same, and I'm really glad I did because that red just seems to really pop off the page. And I completed that on February 24th. I did a page out of Color by Number Quest Triangles by Kira Shershniva. And I did this one, which I think is Mona Lisa. To me, it looks like Mona Lisa, the way she's got her hands crossed in front of her. And yeah, I think this one came out good. This was fun. I do these pages with my super tips, my Crayola super tips. Because they're such small little triangles that it's really not a big deal if you, so it doesn't bleed over to the other line. Because these are kind of light gray color too. So it kind of blends. I find it's harder with alcohol markers to keep it within the lines. So I use my Crayola Super Tips. And I completed this one on February 26th. I did a page out of Dessert Mandalas by Alexander Francis. This is one of my favorite mandala books that I own. And I did this page. So this was inspired by those sweet tarts that you get at Valentine's Day with all the pastel colors, pastel hearts. And so I picked out a rainbow color palette. This is all my Ohuhu pastel line of markers. And then, yeah, I colored it. And then I went over it with my Artex. My Artex colored pencils to do a little bit of shading, and then there's a little white gel pen. But yeah, I love these. I don't know if that's supposed to be like licorice or what, but I thought I'd do them in multicolored rainbow colors, and I really, really like. And I guess the cupcake could be pistachio. That's why it's green. And then it's got blue and purple frosting with that cool raspberry strawberry color. Yep. Lots and lots of fun on this one. So I feel like this got me in the mood for spring. So now I want to do a spring one. And I will find, like this was my fall one. I'm going to find one in here to do a spring one. And I don't know which one I want to do. But I'll find one and I'll do spring colors again. But yeah, I love this Dessert Mandalas coloring book by Alexander Francis. The last coloring book I have to show you is Relaxing Corner by Coco Wayo. And, whoops. where is it? I did the bookshop. Now I went on to Pinterest and I found a couple of photographs or drawings that I liked of storefront bookshops, and that's where I got the idea for the brick on the top. I drew in all those bricks and I wanted to break it up from the bottom, and then I chose this blue color. I drew in these bushes and this vine, and then I also drew in the different things in the window, the shadows that you see, because I figured it looks like it's probably an apartment upstairs and someone's living there. And so I drew in those shadows of objects upstairs. But yeah, it was a lot of fun to do. I really like the colors I chose. Based the whole thing with alcohol marker and then went over it with my Artex. I think it was my Artex colored pencils. So yeah, I completed that one on February 22nd. So next up, I want to show you two of my pages. This is my January mandala that I have a video up on my channel of. I finished this on the last day of January, so I think I must have already done my completed pages for January, and so I thought, well, I'll just add this to February's pile. But I love these colors that I chose, the teal, the pink, and the blue, and the gray. I'm pretty sure I found a color palette on Pinterest. And then I did this all on camera, so like I said, there is a video up on my channel. You can go to my Ko-fi shop. I will leave a link in the description below of my shop and print this out for free and download it and color it yourself if you like that one. And then this was my February mandala, which I did not do this one on video, but I did post it on my Instagram of a completed page. This one I did really too small of details, I feel like. So I had to get out my Stedler dual-ended markers, and I picked a color palette, which I do like. Again, teal. I feel like teal's in a lot of my color palettes. I love that color, teal. Yep, and then I did use some colored pencil. I don't remember which colored pencil I used, though. And yeah, this was just straight coloring. I had fun doing that one as well. Again, go check out my Ko-fi shop and you can down that one for free. Okay, let me move these books over and I will show you what I've been working on in here. So this is my bullet journal that I used for patterns and stuff. When I feel in the mood to draw a pattern, I'll pull this book out. And I keep this next to me downstairs by the couch. So in the evening, if I feel like doodling or anything like that, I can pull this book out. And here you can see I did not finish. I kind of started with like a Zentangle doodle type page. The reason why I like using the dot grid, I don't know if you can see the little dots, is you can make your pages a little more cohesive. It kind of keeps them neat and orderly, and you can go in a straight line by following the dots. So that's why I like the dot grid journals for these pattern type pieces. This was so much fun. I pulled out Joanna Basford's How to Draw book. I wish I had it up here with me. It's downstairs. And I was practicing doodling some of her little things that she had in her book. And so I kind of made this pattern page of all these little flower doodles. And then I made the mistake of using a gel pen, a black gel pen, to draw it all out. And then I thought I had let it dry long enough before erasing my pencil lines, and I did not. So you see there's like tons of smudging going on, which really irritates me. But I have scanned this image and I put it on my iPad, so I can always redo this page on my iPad. Like, I love this little flower motifs that I put in here too. And I just had fun just drawing out each and every flower. And same thing with the birds and the doors. I'm trying to do more doodling to get me in the frame of drawing more, because I would like to draw more. Here's another cool pattern that I did. So I just picked out some purples, pinks, yellows, and oranges, and then I did them like in a line going this way, and then I used my Staedtler fine liners, Tri Plus fine liner pens to make those little lines. But yeah, I really like how this patterned page came out. I completed that on February 23rd. So that's all I've got in this book to show you. And now we will look at my iPad. So let's see what I've got going on here. So I was really in the mood to draw, and I found these. See, you can see I had it up as a reference. I was feeling very nostalgic a couple weeks ago, and was looking up like 80s cartoons and dolls and stuff that I would have had when I was a kid. And of course, Rainbow Bright popped up, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to draw her. So this was my image, and I drew her, and I colored her just like the picture. Not sure where this picture came from or if there was even an artist to showcase, but she was so much fun to do. I had a ball sketching her out and then coloring her in and doing her hair, like deepening the darker shades and blending. But yeah, she's adorable, and I just loved drawing her. And then I felt like doing a little gnome, so I found this gnome on, see, there he is. And I tried to duplicate it even with his, I did do it on a textured paper, and I did it with watercolors, my watercolor brushes here on Procreate. Sorry if there's a glare, I'm trying to make it so there isn't a glare. And yeah, I had a lot of fun playing around with the different textures and the different colors. I didn't give him the 3-leaf clovers on his shirt. I just did his shirt plain, but I did try to match up the colors, which is cool. When you have a reference photo, you can place your finger on there and it will bring the color up, so you can color match really easily. But yeah, I thought the cute little gnome came out so cute. Again, he was super fun to draw. And then what else? Oh, I did these. This was a YouTube Pretty Little Lines, I think is the name of her YouTube channel. And she does, she walks you through these drawings on her YouTube channel, so which is kind of fun. And I know this is a fall piece, but I really wanted to see, I thought he was so cute. I added the whipped cream in the back. I don't think she had the cream in her picture, but she taught me a lot on how to do the layers and how to do the different brush textures, and she used all the brushes that came with Procreate, so it wasn't like you needed special brushes or anything like that. So I would highly recommend you, if you want to check her out just for even drawing. Just, I love how she draws. It's called Pretty Little Lines is the name of her YouTube channel. And then I had to do the Little Mermaid. I was on vacation, and me and my son were catching up on all our Disney movies. So I drew the Little Mermaid. And then this drawing was a replica of a drawing I had seen on Pinterest, and I absolutely loved it. So I'm like, I got to do this on my iPad. And so I did. I wish I knew who the artist was. I don't think it even said on Pinterest, but they had several artwork that looked very similar, and I did it on what looked like tone tan or tone gray paper. I just changed the background of the background color of the paper. And yeah, and it looks like it's done, to me, it looks like it's done in colored pencil, and that's what I wanted it to look like. That was fun. Okay, this is me, Little Miss Tiffany. So I saw a picture of Strawberry Shortcake, who's also from my childhood, and I traced her out on here, and then I colored it in to look like me. So I always had brown hair with red highlights. I had freckles, I had brown eyes, my hair was always in pigtails, and I actually had pigtail holders that looked like that with little strawberries on them. I was always carrying, you can see I'm always carrying coloring books and crayons. I remember my mom dressed me in these corduroy green god-awful pants a lot that had bell bottoms, when bell bottoms were not cool anymore in the 80s, but she still put me in them. I had these orange like Nike sneakers that I used to love. And then the t-shirt is, I had this t-shirt that I would wear all the time, and it had an orange on it, and it said "Squeeze Me." So that's why I wrote "Squeeze Me" t-shirt. And there is a picture of me somewhere in this exact outfit. And so I had a lot of fun kind of rekindling a relationship with the little me, the little Miss Tiffany. And she did. She always loved coloring books and Crayola crayons. I would love when I would get a new coloring book and a new set of crayons. It was like the best thing. Okay, again, following on my Disney theme, I decided to draw Pocahontas in my style. And so that's what I did. I drew her out. I found a template of the body and started with that, and then I just added all my own stuff to it. I did have a picture that I went by from Pinterest to see exactly what colors and stuff to use for Pocahontas. But yeah, I really love how this came out. I love her little sash and her outfit and her hair and her boots. Yeah, this was so much fun. Again, I had a lot of time on my hands because I was on vacation, so that's why I did so much drawing on my iPad. And let's see what else. Okay, I did do some coloring pages here. I've got a Such and Such Deva coloring page, the oh yeah, the dollhouse one. So I put it on textured paper and did it in like my watercolors. That was fun. I really like the colors, how they come out, because they're a more softer color in the watercolors, I feel like. And I did this Such and Such Deva stained glass one, again on watercolor paper and with a watercolor brush. And then I did this one out of that Cozy Corners coloring book. And it's, I think I just straight colored it. Yeah, I did use a little bit of patterny type things, but it's just on regular paper. I didn't use watercolor paper or anything like that. And then picked my colors. I think I had a color palette going, and then this is how it came out, which isn't bad. I kind of like it, the sewing room. So is there anything else I can show you? This is a page I'm working on for my next Ko-fi page, and I wanted to color it to see what it looks like. I actually printed it out. It's right here. So I will be doing, I'm going to try and film me coloring this pattern page, and it's not up in my shop yet, but it will be soon. I think this is going to be my March coloring page. So yeah, I think that's all I have to show you. Oh wait, no, I did this one. This one I just finished actually. This is March, but never mind, you're seeing it now. This is Alexander Francis's Fairy House color by number. And then what else? Oh yeah, and I did this Hannah Lynn one. To me, this looked like Maleficent, the movie from the movie Maleficent. So I took those colors. And yeah, I was having a lot of fun playing with the different brushes, the glow brushes and the glitter brushes. And I really like how her skin turned out, that pale bluish purple with some highlights. And I did gold and her crown, her earrings, and this thing down here. So yeah, that was a lot of fun to do on my iPad. But that, oh, this is from Hannah Lynn's Fantasy Faces, I believe. I have her whole Fantasy Faces on PDF, which is why I like doing them on my iPad, because they're already on here. So yeah, guys, that's all I have to show you today. Thank you so much for sticking with me till the end. I really hope you liked some of the stuff I had got to show you today. I can't wait to see everyone else's completed pages, and I will see you all in the next video. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.